Okay, so let's review. Remember, we find the face by just deciding which big side of the board we want. So if I make this the face, then this becomes the back, okay? On my two ends of the board, we've got where all the grain ends, okay? We've got end grain here and here, which leaves these two sides as my edge. Got one edge, two edge. Those are the 6 sides of the board. And then for measurement, pay close attention because you're literally going to be doing this on your board momentarily, okay? Remember, last class we reviewed how to measure and mark using a crow's foot and our speed square, right? So we're gonna review that right now. Let's start with our measurement, okay? So let's say I wanna find 2 5/8 inches. Okay, I'm reading it from left to right. So 1 inch, 2 inch, plus another 5/8. If you're still struggling with the fractions, find one of the tapes that has the fractions written on it, okay? So we've got 1, 2, and then you can see 5/8 is right here. So here's where I wanna mark. So I'm gonna set my pencil on 5/8, on 2 5/8, and make 1 mark, and then 2 marks. Okay, you can think of it as a little arrow pointing to my measurement. It's called our crow's foot, right? Remember our crow's foot? Because it looks like a, kind of like a cartoon crow's foot. Okay, so let's do one more. I'm gonna do this one right at 5 inches, okay? So I pull out my mark, and right at 5 inches, I'm gonna set my pencil, make 1 mark, set it in the exact same spot and make 2. And remember, that's to give us accuracy so that I know when I see this mark that 5 inches is exactly where those 2 marks meet. Okay, I know that 3 5/8 is right where the 2 lines of my crow's foot meet, right at this point. Okay, so that's how we make our crow's feet mark. And then to get a nice square line that is perpendicular to our edge, right? We've got our speed square that is a perfect 90 degrees, okay? So we want to set that onto one of our edges. Okay, here's the 2 edges of my board. So I can set it on the top edge, or I can set it on the bottom edge, whichever one makes more sense to you and is more comfortable. Okay, so then you can slide this right up to your crow's foot and sort of clamp it on there. I'm clamping it on there with my hand. And once I've got it clamped out here, I'm gonna draw a line. I'm gonna trace that line against the edge of my speed square, okay? And that'll give me a nice square line to my edge, okay? The one thing we want to watch out for there, remember, is we want the speed square to be tight to the edge, right? So this is not tight on there. This is not tight on there. We want the whole board pressed into the speed square, okay? So when I set this on there, okay, see how it can move? I don't want it to move. I want to push it into my edge. I'm going to slide it right up to my crow's foot. If you prefer, you could set your pencil down on the tip of the crow's foot first, sort of push it in there, and then I can slide my speed square right up to the pencil. Okay, once I have that, I'm clamped in with my hand. Nice square line. My pencil slipped a little bit, so you see I didn't quite get through the point on that one. On this one, I'm right through the point of my crow's foot. Okay, so you're gonna need to make 2 of those. If you would like, on your board, right down the middle, you could do some practice lines, and that'll be fine. Just to get used to pressing this onto the edge, okay, and draw a line, and slide it over a little bit, press it onto the edge, draw a line, okay? Get used to kind of that, what it feels like to use this before you go back and make it on your marks, okay? Everything else about the board, you should remember, we've gone over it a couple times. We've got the length and the width and the thickness of the board. This is all going to be important. And good luck with your test.